Attention! If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma,
Millions of dollars.
You paid millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750.
Millions of dollars, and you'll get to see it. And you'll get to see it.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. Because then I start to taste them. I say,
Hey everyone, welcome back to Great Value Brand Anthem. I mean, Florida Man Strategies. Today, we're going to be talking about the Sig P320. You all probably already know what the Sig P320 is, but I'm going to do a rundown.
Show us. Just show us. Stop playing around.
Anyways, first let's show clear. Okay, chamber clear, magazine's empty. So, what should I do first? Okay, let's go over what I have on this gun because obviously it's not stock. This is a Strike Industries compensator. It's a micro-threaded comp. It actually does offer significant recoil reduction. With how heavy the 320 is, you probably don't even need it. But I like it just for, honestly, aesthetics. The only issue I've run into is if you don't go with the right weight recoil spring, you're going to get either stovepipes or it's not going to go all the way in the battery if you get too light of a recoil spring. So finding that right balance is needed. I think I switched to a 12-pound recoil spring. I think 12-pound. I could be totally wrong. It could be like something like 4 pounds or something. I changed the spring out in this like 2 years ago. But anyways, micro-threaded comp. It has a new recoil spring in it. Sig Romeo 1 Pro. People hate on this red dot. It's worked fine for me. Gotten great reliability out of it. Ran over 2 years with the battery, with a single battery. And also I've never had any issues with the glass. I've never had it break on me. I've racked this thing with my hand. I've racked it off the table, no issues. And right here, people are probably wondering what this thing is. That is the adapter plate for the Omnivore, the Blackhawk Omnivore. It's a holster that is meant to be able to fit multiple guns. And the reason I have that on here is because I have that holster since back when I had a gun that fit no other holster. And this is my duty pistol, so I have to run it with this plate and I can't put a light right now. And these are the 21 round mags that you get with the gun. You also get 17 round mags, which can be converted to 22 round mags if you just get the Strike Industries extended mag base plates, and you get plus 5 rounds. Had great reliability out of them. I've heard some people say that they break or crack or something when dropping. Never had that issue. I've dropped these onto concrete and they're like indoor shooting ranges, no issues. So, you know, could it break one day? I don't know. Possibly. It is plastic, but as of right now, no issues from that. All right, this is a Legion slide. It has suppressor height sights so that I can co-witness with my optic on there. And it's got these slide cuts on it. And yeah, that's everything. Okay, so I'm going to show some shooting of the pistol, and also I'm going to show you a video demonstrating that the gun does not go off when it is beat with a hammer. Everyone says that if you drop the P320 a certain way, that it'll go off. It'll say if you drop it and it hits right on the back, that it goes off. It doesn't happen. You're about to see a video where I'll prove that that doesn't happen. And then, like I said, you're also going to see me shooting some drills. You're going to see some other shooting, and then I'll come back and tell you guys my overall thoughts about the P320. Okay, going to run a bill drill, draw it from the holster, 6 rounds, A zone as fast as I can. That's my first bill drill of the day. Probably get it faster, let's see. Okay, go and try to get sub 2 seconds on this bill drill. Let's do a second one. C-zones. Faster I get, less accurate I get. Okay. But 4 A zones, I think I can do this. Let's go ahead, try again. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. It's all A zones, and it's a 204, close enough. I don't want to bore you guys with more bill drills. Let's move on to something else.
Hey, you should buy these 6 shirts. Link in the description.
Okay guys, now I'm gonna run a 1R1. That's 1 shot, drop the mag, reload, another shot. .383, I'll take it. What next? Let's do a Mozambique. Okay, we're going to do the Mozambique on this middle target here. There's already 4 shots, or 6 shots. 4 in the A zone in the chest. No, 3 in the A zone in the chest, 1 in the C zone, and 2 in the head. So when I show you guys the target, because I've been forgetting to show you the target this whole time, but when I show you the target, you'll see all the A zones are me. Okay. I'll bring you guys to see the target. See, like I said, there was 1 C zone already, 2 new A zones, 1 new A zone. So let's run it again because I only got a 249. Okay, let's hit this faster. There we go. 193. And we got 2 more A zones, another A zone. There we go, baby. Okay guys, so it's raining right now. So I'm recording this under an awning, but here, P320, 1 round of Underwood Extreme Defender. I'm gonna put that right in there. And a rubber mallet. Let's switch to my dominant hand so I can hit this fucker really hard. No bang. Not even a mark. Nothing. Okay? Sorry, my fingernails are dirty. But there you go. Gun does not go off. This one at least is safe. I think that all modern P320s are safe. The only ones that are going to have an issue are your ones that are the first generation that have a solid trigger. See how this is hollowed out now? Solid trigger, and if you drop it, the inertia from dropping causes the trigger to be pulled and then it goes off. That's the issue. Welcome back, guys. So, some final thoughts. We're still clear here. I love the P320. I really do. People hate on it all the damn time, but I love it. It is one of my favorite pistols. It's, I mean, should you buy this gun? Yes. Like, compared to, say, a Glock 17, this isn't even an MOS, but even if this was an MOS, I would still say P320. P320 shoots much nicer, much flatter. It is much more ergonomic, has a much nicer trigger. Just, if I'm comparing it to a Glock, I say get the 320. Obviously, there are some pistols out there that I would say really do compete with this. The M&P 2.0 metal comp with that performance trigger, that's a really nice gun. The Walther PDP, really, really nice gun. Say it shoots very similarly, oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Similarly to this, that's a tongue twister. Anyways, the Canik SFX metal also. And I know, like, I'm listing some kind of heavy guns, the PDP not so much, but all these metal frame guns, the P320 is chunky. It's heavier than the Glock 17. That's going to be a lot of the reason why you have reduced recoil, but it just, even with this height over bore, the recoil is not that bad. It shoots very flat. And even without the compensator, guys, like the compensator's on there just to make it like very butter smooth, but even without the compensator, it shoots flatter than a Glock 17. And I think it's a better experience. The biggest thing about the P320 though, that I say is an advantage, is the removable FCU. So, this FCU in here, you pull out this pin. Is this going to get removed from YouTube because I'm showing this? If it will, then my editor will blur all this in post until we get to the part where I have it in my hand. But here, P320 FCU, your fire control unit. And you can buy one of these just by itself. And you can buy a slide and a barrel and a recoil spring. And you can put it into whatever chassis you want. For example, a Flux Raider chassis. Both empty mags here. This doesn't even load from this part, but it's empty. Now, this amount of versatility, I know that they have like the MCK conversion kits and stuff like that for the Glock. It's not the same. This is much nicer. I would want this a million times more. Like if you offered me an MCK or this, I'm taking this every single time. And they also have that, the B&T chassis now that looks like a briefcase. I want to get my hands on one of those. Look for that video eventually because I will be getting my hands on one of those no matter what it takes. So because of that, that's just another reason why I think the P320 is such an awesome gun. Great aftermarket support, huge options for, chassis, grip frames, stuff like that. And yeah, that's my final thoughts, guys. Definitely, if you're interested in getting a 320, if you're worried about like, oh, it's going to go off by itself, stuff like that, I think that's all bullshit. But seriously, guys, really, I think that the P320 is safe. I don't think you're going to have any issues with it going bang when it gets dropped with a modern P320. And also the other issue that people talk about, like it breaking, the grip breaking when torqued in a holster or something like that, you can always get different grips if you want. This is a stock P320 grip. This is a stock P320 grip. I haven't had any issues with this. I have put it in a holster and torqued it, and it's not snapped or anything like that. But if you are worried about that, there are other options. You can just literally get so many different grips. And there are many grip modules available. Wilson Combat makes some really good one. You can modify the crap out of this gun. So really, buy a P320 FCU. That's the only part that's the gun. This part right here. And build it out from there. Build whatever you want. Like you can mix and match whatever slide. It's like Legos. It's like kind of like with an AR, you know? Or, you know, get a Flux Raider chassis if they're in stock. They're restocking faster than they used to. And yeah, I mean, overall, if you're curious about P320, if you want a P320, go ahead and get one. That's all, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, stay dangerous.